Alright, people, so I'm here with RANTAMANIA, episode 22. So, in this episode, I'm going to talk about uh, Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, uh, this Zayn guy leaving One Direction, my thoughts on Rollins as champion, and also we're going to talk about a video that some person requested me to do of these two people fake wrestling, just fucking some kids, I think they were. So let's start off with Cesaro and Tyson Kidd. Cesaro and Tyson Kidd are definitely. He wanted me. This was requested by Nick LG97 on Twitter. He wanted me to talk about why Cesaro and Kidd are the best tag team in WWE. Clearly, they are the best tag team right now. Um, and I mean, the tag division is just filled with a bunch of fucking shit. I mean, you got the Usos, the fucking Matadors, the uh, who is the New Day, just a bunch of shitty ass gimmicks in there. I mean, the Ascension are fucking shitty in my opinion. I mean, the gimmick is kind of just, it's not good. I mean, I don't like it. It's fucking weird, and not in a good way. Uh, so I mean, in Cesaro and Kidd, they're good wrestlers. They're fucking, even at times, they're charismatic and funny. Clearly the best tag team and deserving of a shot. I mean, they got the fucking luchas or whatever, the luchadors or whatever the hell they're called from NXT up. They seem like they're good wrestlers and shit. So maybe we'll see some great matches between those two teams. And actually, if you look at the tag team division, they're good wrestlers. They're just bogged down by these terrible ass gimmicks. All right, so then at Jermaine Richa 16 on Twitter wanted me to do a video on this Zayn guy leaving One Direction. Yeah, fucking, I've talked about many of these instances in pop culture when people are just obsessed over it, and people are obsessing over this Zayn guy leaving One Direction. They're crying because their fucking golden boy is leaving. This is just fucking ridiculous. I see fans crying over it. I mean, get a fucking life. I mean, realize that One Direction does not influence the world. The fucking, I'm talking about actually influences actually like political, like who's in political office influences. Like these people are, oh, it's all about One Direction, and but you don't care like the foods you eat. You don't care about the aspartame or the high fructose corn syrup or the garbage inside your food. You don't care about who's in office, which actually affects your life the most. You don't care about anything else besides One Direction. Just brainwashed morons who just care about pop culture. And this pop culture is just distracting people from actually waking up to the tyranny involved in Washington and around the world. It's sad to see people in this state. You just want to shake them and say, One Direction doesn't matter in the real world. All right. All right. So then at IC Wrestling fan on Twitter wanted me to do a video on not a video. This isn't a video, but I mean it's my thoughts on Rollins as champion. I thought my thoughts on Rollins as champion. I love Rollins as champion. He's a great champion because he could fucking wrestle a great match, and he could fucking cut a good promo too. Um, but then it comes down to, are they going to use him correctly? Are they going to put him up against the right opponents? And I have not really followed Raw in the past 2 weeks because I've been on vacation. But anyway, it seems like, they're doing Rollins versus Orton. I think, what? I'm not interested in that really. So, yeah. And you wanted me to talk about potential Extreme Rules champion opponents. I was looking at Bryan maybe. I think that would be a good opponent. Daniel Bryan. Maybe fucking you could have had Lesnar. Uh, but fucking Orton. Orton's a garbage wrestler. No talent at all. The only reason he's in this company is because of his father. But instead it's fucking Rollins versus Orton. What a fucking boring main event that'll be. I mean, fucking Randy Orton's a piece of shit wrestler. He does not deserve to be in the main event. I mean, you got fucking Cesaro, Bray Wyatt, Ziggler. We got fucking a lot of options, but we're gonna pick Orton. Fuck that shit. So I mean, yeah, I mean, I would have rather seen a good wrestler in there like fucking Ziggler or somebody like that. But now we have fucking, Orton and Rollins. How long have they been feuding now? Fucking for like 6 months. When their feud first started. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of Orton. Oh, he turned babyface. Who the fuck cares? He still has no talent. All right. So then, at Aaron Peras on Twitter sent me this video of these two kids wrestling together. And he wanted me to say my thoughts on it. A lot of people will post videos of themselves wrestling online. Some are good, some are shitty. And I mean, people have the freedom to do what they want. So, I mean, it doesn't really bother me if they're shitty wrestlers, then that's, it's not a big deal. At least they're fucking trying, I guess. I mean, it's one thing, though, if you put, like, deceiving headlines and shit, and you fucking put, you know, the thumbnail of something totally different from your video. But I mean, if you're being truthfully honest and just saying, oh, backyard wrestling, whatever, then that's great. More power to you. Do whatever the hell you want. Have fun. It's part of living life, having fun. So there you go. There's my thoughts on that fucking shit. I mean, and there's actually people on here who are on YouTube who are good wrestlers. I've seen them before that are actually, at least pretty decent at least. Even probably better than fucking Roman Reigns, Get fucking no experience before, no professional training from these people probably, and they're still fucking better than Roman fucking Reigns. But anyway, there's my thoughts on that. So there you go, people. Kind of a short RANTAMANIA. They're only 7 minutes long but there you go, people. Some are going to be longer, some are going to be shorter. So there's your fucking RANTAMANIA episode 22.